right. Alright. God, I really do look like shit. I literally just woke up. You know what I feel? Well, no, I do feel like shit, actually. I even drank alcohol yesterday for my stepdad's birthday. I never drink. I don't feel rough because of that. I feel rough because I haven't slept properly in over 2 weeks. But I got woken up at like 8 a.m. as normal. I was up extra late last night. For stupid reasons. No reasons really, I was just kind of working. But then also I noticed that the Wuthering Waves patch had dropped, so I did my polls and lost the 50-50. Got another Verena. So by the time I actually hit the sack, it was like 4 a.m. So then I got woken up at 8, so that's like probably less than 4 hours sleep because it took me at least half an hour to get to sleep. So that's like 3.5 hours of sleep. But I managed to get back to sleep for like another 2 hours. So I actually had 5.5 hours sleep. Yay! It's like the most I've had in over 2 weeks. Oh, I normally need about 7 hours. So it's like, it is catching up with me. It really, really is. I normally need about 7. But that extra 2 hours, I wasn't sure whether I could get that extra 2 hours or not. I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to drift back off again, but thank God I did. So I'm actually pleased about that. So I feel a bit groggy right now because I just woke up. But once I like properly wake up, I'll probably feel a little bit better. Alright, so progress. I made so much progress. Yeah, and I was out yesterday, like I said, for my stepdad's birthday, so I could have made even more progress if it weren't for that, but it's nice to go out now and again. They do let me out once in a while. You know Hannibal Lecter, when they wheel him around in that trolley and they put like a mask on him? That's what it's like. They sit me down in the restaurant and they have this plastic mask on me. Let me show you. Make sure there's nothing bad on here. There's nothing bad on here. Hannibal. Like this. Yeah, they sit. There you go. That's me in the restaurant. They sit me in this restaurant. They strap me in this chair, wheel me around, and then they sit me in a restaurant. And then right as the food comes, they don't take my mask off. They just put a straw in my mouth, and then they'll mash it on the plate, and I'm allowed to slurp it up. Yeah, I am looking more like him every day, actually. I think. Definitely. I can see the resemblance. Oh, that's nice. He's popular with the ladies, it looks like. So, where's my lipstick marks? Where's all my kisses? Where's all my girl kisses all over my face? That's not fair. Bastards. I don't want cucumbers. Or limes, whatever they are. They're probably supposed to be limes, aren't they? I tried the Hannibal Lecter facial. No, because there's a scene in that film where she goes in. Oh no! And there's a guy, and he's like, and he throws his jizz at her. That's so funny. That's so crazy. I swear to God, that's a real scene. I wonder if that's on YouTube. That's got to be on YouTube, right? What do you even type to get that though? It's the only bit in the entire film that I remember. Silence lambs. Prisoner throws. Not baby. Baby making liquid. Prisoner. Let's see if that brings it up. I don't want to complete that sentence. Gets a face full. Here we go. This is it. Are you ready? Just in case you haven't seen it. This is gnarly.
I bit my wrist.
Even after all these years, it's still so impactful, literally impactful. That's so grim. That is crazy. That's when films had a. That's back when TV and films had a backbone, not like today. Not like Safe Space, freaking politically correct films of today. You wouldn't you wouldn't get away with that today. Oh, they probably would, but it would have to be like, it'd have to be a woman, and she'd be I don't know. Anyway, I'm not even going to complete that sentence. But yeah, and then after it said tried Hannibal Lecter's facial, do you know what I mean? And then remembering that scene from the film, you can imagine what I was thinking. Anyway, can we not think about that? Like, why? I just woke up. Ah, why is that the thing in my brain at this? I've been awake for 5 minutes and already I'm watching guys throw their jizz around the freaking room and hit women in the face. Just like any other day. Just a normal Sunday here in the old Play Compile live streams, let me tell you. Good God. So yeah, like and subscribe or you'll get a face full too. That's what I should say. That should be my... Like and subscribe or you'll get a face full too. Good God. Just throw it at the camera. I wonder if you get banned off Twitch if you did that. You probably would. I don't know though, because like... As long as you didn't point the camera down and show the actual thing, would you? Would you really? That's the thing. I wouldn't, because I don't have any viewers, so nobody would be able to report me. But I reckon if, like, you know, if Jacksepticeye or fucking Tecton or somebody did that, you know, right stream, you're being very naughty today. I think you probably would get banned. It'd be interesting to find out, though. I don't know. Asmongold. Ah. Why is this... Get out of my brain. What is wrong with me? Right, let me show you what we're working on. Well, you know what we're working on. We're doing our controls. Our re-mappable controls. Now we have the action name. Our context show up here. And then it says press X to change. But obviously I'm in keyboard and mouse mode now. So yeah, the next thing I might do is make it so that press X to change. That text needs to change to click. Click to change, I guess. Okay, and then you'll see what we did. Let me turn that tool off. So actually I'll show you this tool. This tool's really cool. Okay, so then I was thinking about the fact that I have all these images and I need an image which represents every single key and an image which represents every single button, and I want to show those respective keys and buttons as their inputs are being remapped. And I'm thinking, well, how am I going to solve this problem? So the first thing I did is, actually I was going to do it working off a file like this. So I got this. There it is. I got this script to go through each input device for Unity's input system and dump the possible input that can be sent through Unity's input system into a string and then dump it as a new line on a text file. And they thought, wait, if I'm able to do that, why don't I make, because now I need a game object for each one of these. Now, rather than go through 225 times and make 225 blank game objects, give them names, attach a script to it, why don't I just get the code to do that? So that's what this bit does here. So first of all, we put them in a list. You'll see what happens. Let's go through, right? So we call this function here. This function creates a list of strings called control names. I add headers, one for keyboard, and then for each control in keyboard current controls, add control.name. We do the same for mouse, the same for PlayStation, the same for Xbox. And then we iterate through the list. And by the way, I didn't know this was a thing. Check this out. This is so cool. I would have for eached, but you can literally do it with one line of code. You can actually just send a list to a function called write all lines. I had no idea. That is so cool. That could have saved me so much time in the past, but it will certainly save me lots of time in the future. So that's how we get our list. And then a debug.log, pretty standard. So then what I decided to do is iterate through that list. So we do a for each string get name and control names. Game object new equals new game object constructor. So we instantiate, create a new game object instance. New object to add component, control image. So the control image class is a class that I'm going to use, which is going to have an input name, which is the Unity name. Although we won't need that, and I'll tell you why. Friendly name, which is a name to display on the screen. And then a 2D icon, which is going to be the image that represents that button or key. And then I set the .input name to the get name. Yeah, and also get name there in those parentheses when you create a new, it says their string name. So you can name the game object when you instantiate it this way. And then what that did is it created a bunch of game objects. So let's go in. So if we go into my core, and I added it to DB, and I've added it to input icons. So what I have now is KBM, all the keyboard and mouse potential inputs were all created for me. And they all have that script on, and they all have the correct input name. But I won't need that, and here's why. And then I can assign an image. So if we go to, I haven't done keyboard and mouse yet, but if we go to PlayStation, for example, and we've got a D-pad, you can see the PlayStation's D-pad image has been assigned to it. And I did the same for Xbox. So you'll have West, for example, actually shows square, PS4 square, cross, PS4 cross, circle, circle. Okay, so what's the point in this? The point in this is when the player is remapping controls, we can send the button that they pressed. First of all, we can check what scheme the scheme's in, right? Is it in keyboard and mouse? Is it in PlayStation? Is it in Xbox? We do that using the player input scheme. So I set up KBM for keyboard and mouse, DS for DualShock gamepad. Oh, it's actually XB. I need to change that. It should be XI because it's X input, not just Xbox, which is different. And the reason it's X input, if we're going to be technically correct about it, edit control scheme. The reason it's X input is because that, well, that's the official Xbox. So in the same way that it's not called PlayStation controls or anything, it's called DualShock. Xbox is basically called X input. And the reason it's Xbox is because it's DirectX. And also because if you have an unsupported, unbranded, well, it's supported, I guess. If you have an unbranded, rather, gamepad that you're using with the system, they'll all default to Xbox because they're using X input. So that's why I wanted to call it X input. But then in my core, in my control class, I've called them I've called them PlayStation and Xbox here, just to make it easier. That one, actually these ones don't need that script on. Remove them from the headers. Right, so basically what I've done is I've assigned their roots, and then what we can do is we can detect the control scheme. So I need to change my cases here. So we've got KBM I'm not going to do it that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to declare a transform, which I'm going to say current root. Set root. Let's call it set root. So root is going to be the transform root, which is these three things here. Okay, so we're going to say case kbm set root equals icons kbm. In the case of, is this coming from control scheme? Yeah, scheme. Okay. So that's going to be DSG for DualShock gamepads or DualSense, and then set root equals icons DualShock gamepad, and if it's an X input controller, set root equals export icons X input gamepad. Okay, and then if it's mouse, our set root equals keyboard and mouse. Icons, keyboard and mouse. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. So you'll see we're using an input control called control. Not all code paths return a value. Okay. So we need to return a texture 2D. Which I'll call set icon, and we'll return set icon. So what is set icon? Well, for now let's just say that's null, otherwise that error message won't go away. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to say, because I know that each and every input game object has the name of the input, we go in through the transform and then we find the input. So what we can do is we can say string, we can call it child name, I guess. Child name equals, did I call it in? I called it control, didn't I? Control.name. Okay, so we're turning the control that was sent to this function that we passed using the input system. We're going to turn that into a string of the input's name. Then all we need to do is say the set icon becomes the set root dot transform dot find child name dot get component, and it's control image And if we look at our control image class, it's just called icon. Use of unassigned local variables set root. Transform set root. Is it because it's what are you talking about? It's literally there. Oh, it's because it had two semicolons at the end for some weird reason. Okay, there we go. So our function, we can now send our function an input, and our function will find the control image class and return the appropriate icon for each control input. So not only can we use this when we're input mapping in our new input mapping system, But the best part is every time we display a control, although actually no, I think I'm going to need a new class for that, but it's gonna tie into this one. But this gave me a great idea, right? So what I'll basically do is, well, no, we can use this system. We can look up. What we can do is we can say for our like inputs, right? Our input actions, they're actually called actions. For each action going forward in the game, when we want to telegraph to the player what that action input is, it could be anything because the player can now map their own controls, right? So what we can do now is we can create a class which will use this system to return the correct icons, whatever they've set them to, and also whatever the scheme is. So in other words, instead of just showing circle for the PlayStation to say back, for example, what we do is we say, okay, this is using the cancel action, right, which is different depending on what scheme you're on. Please display the icon for the cancel action. And then what will happen automatically in the game is as the keyboard moves the mouse, it shows, the escape key or whatever that happens to be in keyboard and mouse mode. But as soon as they pick up their controller, those input icons will immediately switch to whatever branded controller they have, Xbox or PlayStation, and then they'll see, oh, it's circle on PlayStation, or oh, it's X on PlayStation. I think it's X, isn't it? X Y A B. Yeah, it's X Y A B. I always get confused by freaking Xbox. I never use Xbox. So that means I don't have to worry about it, right? That means whenever I display controls for the player, there will be whatever they're mapped to automatically. Whatever scheme they're in, it's going to be the right icons for the right controls automatically. But what I do need to do now is for all these hundreds of keys, I've got to assign all the images. But I'm very excited because I'm a sad loser. No, because this is exciting. This is cool. This is the kind of thing that you would pay $100 on the asset store for. I need to start freaking packaging these up and selling them on the asset store. I swear to God, I can make a fortune. I probably should, actually. But I don't know, like, I'm a hobbyist. Like, I like doing this stuff, but what I don't want to be doing is, like, answering emails from, like, 20 other Unity devs saying, oh, it won't work with this new Unity update, and oh, how do I do this, and oh, why won't this work? It's like, dude, I'm trying to make my own stuff. Leave me alone. So this is the reason I don't like the idea of ever turning this hobby into a business, is because, like, unless I could have somebody manage the business side of things. So if you happen to be a hot 21-year-old girl who wants to manage some loser's business, I'm sure you're just dying to. Let me know. I'll set you up. Baby. Yeah, I can see the emails flooding in right now. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired. I don't think I'm tired as much because I actually caught up a little bit. Well, I didn't catch up. I had 5.5 hours sleep, but that's better than I've had for a while. But I think it's more grogginess, like that groggy. Okay, let's quickly jump into the grindiest freaking game. It's not grindy, it's just demanding. But this is a great example of a Skinner box. This game of Skinner box is done well. But also this Chocola, or whatever she's called, she's only got 3 days left. She's probably 2 days left now. But I'm pretty close to a 50-50, so I do want to stay on top of it. Plus my next job, like I say, is to go and assign all these buttons. So what's the button for the any key? So we have all our icons in here. Control prompts. Here we go. Keyboard and mouse. Blanks. Blank key enter. Blank white wide. We could use that one for any key, couldn't we? Just turn my sensitivity up on my mouse. I got an email. Oh, they finally recognize my talents. They're like, oh, you're the best player ever. Oh, that's weird, because the last time I did the boss, apparently I was in the top 50%. This time, now I've leveled up, I'm in the top 70%. That's worse, isn't it? Yeah, that's worse, you fool. Oh, not this song. Of all the songs, not this one. I hate this song. It's the only song I hate in the game, and you play this one to me. Do you want me to stick around? They're like, shut up. You are hooked now, boy. I'm not really. 10 hours? That's the longest I've gone without clicking something in this game, I think. I think I secretly like torturing myself. I don't like this interface. It's weird. Like, I don't really understand how it works. Like, you don't seem to be able to control these things individually. You just kind of... I don't know. It's just weird. It's very confusing. Yeah, a lot of this interface is really, really good. But then there's a few things that are, like, really, really sus. Really weird. Confusing. Okay, there's no customers or anything. Everything should be good. Do I need this? I just did it. What do you want? What do you want? Upgrades? Oh my god, I can upgrade. It's been a while. I'm level 13. Let's hope that's not unlucky for me. 13's normally my lucky number, to be honest. I can make new... I can bring new girls in. Go on in. Which one? I mean, I like her, but I don't use her because I got the 5-star version. And maybe I shouldn't have done this. Oh, I do use her. She's... Well, I used to. Yeah, I used to. Not really anymore. I don't know. I don't really use any of these losers. It's too late now, though. We paid the price, didn't we? Yeah, and there's another problem, right? They should have let me look at these first. I guess I'll choose that because it's got my 5-star you can in it. You can do it. It's not even you can, is it? It's something... It's got an extra letter in there. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, it's a T on the end. You can't. Normally, everybody else who plays this game, she's called you can. But my account, she's called you can't. I'm funny. I'm so funny. Okay, quick sell. I don't know why. Just whatever. Because I got a ton of quick sells, I think. So I might as well use them. Okay, so our cafe should be looking about as good as it gets, to be honest. I'm actually power gated from the story right now. I need to do these as well because the event... Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I doing with my life? I'm low on these apparently. Why doesn't it let... Oh, why do I have to click that tiny button at the bottom? That's so annoying. Normally I can click wherever the fuck I want. There you go, and that's another thing, right? Like, I don't know, I guess that's fine, but... Like, okay, in a lot of the... If you notice, a lot of these end screens, like this one... This is another thing to think about when you're designing interfaces, right? They're all click anywhere to continue, right? If you've only got one button, here's a great tip. If you only have one button for the player to click, don't make them click the button. Because the purpose of a button is to detect an area that the user clicks in so that you can present multiple things to click on. If you don't have multiple things to click on and it's just press to continue, so you should never have a continue button unless you've got like some other alternative button next to it. Just do it as a tap anywhere. Because think about it, right? Now maybe they're planning on adding something later on. I don't know. And that's what most of these are, right? Except this one. See, this should be a tap anywhere to continue. Because there's no other button to click. Right? So just make it a tap anywhere, but no, I have to specifically click that button. There's a tip on the house. Because it's just so much nicer, right? Because I'll go up here ready for the next button, because this is a lot of clicking. And if I have to click all the way down there all of a sudden, then you know what I mean? That's like, that means I've got to make 2 journeys. I've got to journey down to there, and I've got to journey back up to there. And my poor tired hands are getting old now. Alright, and that's quite a long way for an old man's hands. My arthritis will play up, me son. You know? And if I'm like this now, imagine what I'll be like 20 years from now. Oh my god, can you imagine how much of a mourner I'll be? I'm going to be great at being old. I already have all the qualities of an annoying old man. So I'm already well on my way. And if I keep lacking sleep like I have been, certainly look the part. I probably over-farmed that one. That looks alcoholic. We'd better make sure the person getting that is of age. We don't want the FBI at the door trying to get the kids drunk. Oh, at least we should end the live stream first before we do, so we don't get caught. Wow, I sounded dodgy there. Yes. That's what are you doing when you're not streaming? I'm selling alcohol to minors. I really am not. Please don't clip that. Imagine how much money you could make if you did that. Just lurked around the school playground with some bottles of hooch. I don't know though. I picture the kids are so brainwashed by woke culture that they're probably all so politically correct. They'd be like, "Oh no!" Back in my school, in my day, you would have done. You'd have made a fortune. I don't know about kids these days. Don't they all need participation trophies and safe spaces and stuff? So I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. Okay. So now our main objective is to up rank to 5-star 2 more pieces of gear. Yeah, I was in the right thing. I need to go to all. Equipamento. Equipamento. And we unlocked a new difficulty. Can I kill this one though? Because I swear that I got destroyed last time I tried to do this one. I don't know. I can't remember which ones I did. I think I did. Well, let's see if we can do it. And also, I think I lost some power in changing some gear around. Because I changed high-level purple gear for low-level gold gear. And because the low-level gold gear is still such a low level, I think I actually lost some power last night when I rejiggled my gear around. But you'll see I am like massively over the recommended. But yeah, I think it was this one where they just walloped me for whatever reason. I don't think this game is particularly well balanced. I don't know if there's some gimmick I'm missing or something. And also you have to kill them within 10 turns. Alright, let's get on with it. Escape. Do we have an escape key? We've got dark and light. I suppose I want light keys, I think. Dark keys would look weird. Okay, they're the number keys. Escape. There it is. I found it. At least we only have to set this up once and once for the rest of our life. Because this is going to be used for all future projects. So thank God for that. Enter. We've got enter and enter tall. Well, that's return, really, isn't it? The one that looks like a weird L shape is return, not enter. I don't think there is a return, though, which is kind of weird. Is there? Because they are separate keys, really. Unless they called it something else. Also, if I don't have the key, I don't have a print screen. Most modern keyboards don't. I only now recently have a numpad. Do I have a pause? I do have a page up and a page down. I don't have a pause though. Yeah, I'm not going to let anybody use the print screen to map a game control to. Or scroll lock. Like, these feel like keys that used to exist 6,000 years ago. New healer release in Wuthering Waves. I know I lost the 50-50. I got a healer. I got another Verena. So now my Verena's at C2. Sad. Very sad. Yeah, I died. I can't do it. I got killed. Okay, let me try the let me try this set. Let's try the healing set and see if we can do that one. That's so weird though, because look at how much stronger I am than the enemy. I should be able to. Good God, I should be able to beat that, shouldn't I? You would think. Also, I don't see. Yeah, I'm not going to let anybody remap pause to my games or home or end because I don't have those keys, so I can't test them. I'll do page up and page down. I don't have an insert key. Can't really use caps lock. I think that would be weird. I don't think I should allow caps lock or num lock really. Oh, I just realised that numpad enter will be the small enter. That's that one there, numpad enter. So their enter is actually return. Yeah, I might want to rename that then for the players. So when I show it, I'm going to show it as return because that's technically what it is. There's enter and enter alt. I think enter is fine. The scaling to that cat game is weird. Yeah, I don't think it's balanced very well. Okay, so now we're up to tab. Should have a tab key. Back quotes. Back left bracket, back right bracket. I don't think there's they've got a asterisk. They might have it named something different. Let me just show this in Explorer. Get a closer look at these. Back quote. They don't actually have an image for the back quote, so we're going to have to make one at some point, I think. Yeah, they don't actually have an image for that. Okay, quote is, I assume, is the double quote. No, it can't be double quote. It must be single quote. The reason why is they can't have inputs that need shift. So really, I call it apostrophe. That's that one. Because shift is a modifier key. Okay, I won that one. I won that one, so I can raid that. So let's raid that once for now. Because I just need to level my gear. And then I will do the crit damage resistance one. Because I only just unlocked this difficulty. And once again, massively overpowered, so I should be able to do it. Yeah, for some reason the crit damage one I can't do it. I just get splattered. Even though I'm like vastly stronger than the... Okay, they've got one for double core, which we don't use. Yeah, I'm going to need to make one for apostrophe as well. They've got stuff like question mark, but you need shift for those. These are like gamer resources, so they're not very well thought out. Whatever, we can make our own. So what I'll do is, if it needs an image, I'll turn it off so I can see that it needs an image. So we need both back quote and quote. Semicolon. Is there a semicolon in there? I don't think there is there? Yeah, there's quite a lot missing then. Okay, there is a semicolon. It's just called semicolon. Okay. There it is. Okay, comma. We'll just look for it in here because it takes too long looking at that. Oh, good. There's no key called comma. They don't have a comma. Good God. Who made this asset? Okay, we've got to make our own comma. Period. Not for another week. I'm not on my periods. I need to make one of those. A slash. They've got a backslash. Do they have a forward slash? It's just so weird how they have like home and like some of these really obscure keys, but they don't have like normal keys like a forward slash. Good God, who made this? Like the bloody tildes there, the tilde key. Who the fuck uses that? Don't you need shift for that? Yeah, you literally need shift for that. Why the frick would anybody be using... Oh, whatever. Right, backslash. I saw backslash. Ha! It's not called backslash though. Did they call it slash? Yeah, they called it slash, but slash is really backslash. Left bracket is the square one, I think. I saw that. Yeah, bracket left. God, thank God I only ever have to do this once. Right bracket, bracket right. Okay, minus. I saw a minus in there. There's minus. Equals. Ah, I accidentally clicked off it. The great equalizer. What are you doing, Unity? I did see an equals, but I don't see an equals listed. What do they call it? Mathematical answer. Give me the mathematical answer to my mathematical question. Maybe this was made by AI. Well, this is way before AI. I've had this thing on my system for freaking years. They didn't think to make an equals key. They've got the arrows. I saw the arrows. Arrow up. Arrow down. Arrow left. Alright. Are we winning? Yes, we got this. Dedori Striko. Dedori Striko. Alright. We got 2 goals. Oh no, we didn't. One of those is a bloody thing. Baited. Okay. Yeah. The only thing that I care about today in here is getting all that gear refined. So I'm just going to go and grab all my energy. There's only 2. 2 runs of this, and you got 1 extra piece. It's not the extra pieces that I need, to be fair. I need the fodder to level the existing pieces that I have more than anything. But I do also want, you know, new and better gear, so I do also want pieces. And I want better pieces for my healer, I guess. Well, that shouldn't really be my priority. Okay, we'll do 2 healer pieces for now. Ha! And get a single freaking gold there. And the rest will do crit. One piece. Ah! This game's starting to get real grindy. Real grindy. I don't know if I'll be sticking around if it gets any grindier. Too much other stuff to do. Spend my life in this thing. Right, okay, so this one's almost level 5-star. We've got 2 more to do. Okay, oh shit, that was already 5-star. It just wasn't fully leveled at 5-star. That's not a bad piece, actually. It's not a bad piece at all. And it's not amazing. Alright, let's do this one. Okay, we got it to 5-star. It's just only level 4 at 5-star. So that should now say 5 of 6. It still says 4 of 6. What the hell? Ah! But didn't I just take that above 5-star? Wait, that'll do one. Now it should say 5 of 6, right? Yes. Okay, there's 1 more to do. I'm just gonna use it. I'm just gonna use these. I'll save myself 2. I just want this done. Oh, I haven't thingied yet. I haven't shit, that's true. Okay, I'm probably gonna want good crit pieces above everything else, because like, I mean, yeah, my healers need some work, but probably better if I'm doing more damage initially. So I'm just gonna dump all my energy into this. 191's worth. There we go. Out of that I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we've got 7 more pieces. We've got 7 more pieces. I hate clicking in here all the time. It's so many clicks. Shut up. Shut up. What can I buy with this? I'll just get these. Yeah, I'm gonna need those. Okay, so go back to my my gear. I need one more. That hers are done. I need a gold piece that isn't 5-star like this one, but is the one that's already on the way. Yeah, that one's 3-star. Let's just do this one. I've run out of these. Okay, so we need to salvage everything that is not gold. Let's go. I should even go in and take the gear off the units that I don't use really, so I can salvage that. Yeah, there's quite a lot there actually. We'll see how far that gets me. I can get this from car. Yay, we did it. Okay, now I get my ass handed to me in that one probably. I'm gonna get 11 energy. Is 11 energy enough? Yeah, I'm pretty close to I don't know. She's 35 away. If I bought the monthly pass, if I bought the monthly pass, I get like 15 pulls the day I buy it, which would get it down to like 20. That still might not be close enough, and also it'll still be a 50-50. So if I could just do a couple more pulls, I'm only 10 away, aren't I? It's 180, isn't it? Yeah. If I just do a couple more pulls. Pika Pika, hi Cappy, whoa, yeah, I know, I lost the 50-50. I already lost. The worst part is I was expecting frickin' Lolly Healer to be on that banner, but she's not. So now I have nothing exciting to look forward to. Because I wanted a new healer. And the ironic thing is I get Verena, so I just got the same healer I already had. So I went in, I waited patiently for this patch, months and months and months, for a new healer, and all I got was the same old smelly healer again. And I thought I couldn't fail, because I thought even if I fail the 50-50, I'll at least have the new Lolly healer. So either way I get a new healer, so I'll be happy. But she's not on the banner. So now I have nothing. So I don't even want to play the game. What's the point? It's just so dull. It's so dull. The game is dull anyway. If I'd have got the character, I would have played the game because I would have had a character to level. But I got nothing. I got Verena again. So I have no reason to play the game. It's just so I genuinely might just uninstall it. Honestly, I just can't be arsed with it. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something. I've barely enjoyed that game anyways. The whole time it's been out, I spent most of my time complaining about it, waiting for patches, and I don't know. It's such a dull, miserable game. I've been enjoying the story so far with my newly acquired Shorekeeper. Oh, rub it in, why don't you? And her weapon at R2. Oh, good for you. Well, I've got Nout, so... In fact, let me show you. Here we go, Pika. Let me show you something. Bye. Yeah, there's no point. It's just like I don't even enjoy that game as it is. I thought I'd have something to actually enjoy and look forward to, but I just don't. I know I'll probably want to check out the new content at some point, but not right now. It's too soon. Too salty. Because like thinking about it, like it's just in a way it's even worse than losing the 50-50 when you spend money, right? Because I've like suffered through that fucking game that I don't enjoy for like months, right? Logging in not every day anymore. I've started to become a lot more relaxed with it. But either way, grinding enough gems for like, you know, another fucking 100 pulls or whatever it is, only to get shat on. And they don't even put the other healer on the same banner. And it's like, so I literally have zero incentive to play. It's like the one thing I was holding out for, and they don't even provide that. Like, that game couldn't be any more of a disappointment to me if it tried. I'm so lost. What the fuck was I just doing? Okay, I think I just did. I just didn't know the level of this, but I ran out of energy. Okay, I'll leave this here for now then, because we've got work to do. Boop. Okay, it's gone now. I feel better already. A key. B key. Yeah, at least if I'd have got Showkeeper, I guess I would have had a character to build for. I was going to say for a couple of days, but I've got so many mats, I probably just would have built her instantly. But it might have given me some incentive to keep playing. But without the character, I have no incentive. Like, new story. Good God, you call it a story? Anyone who's playing that game for story needs to seek professional mental help immediately. N. Or at least they've got the alphabet. P. Q. R. S. T. U. V. W. X. Y and Z. Okay, we made it through the alphabet. Now we've got the numbers. Starting with 1 rather than 0. Doesn't matter what order these are in because we're going to transform get them anyway, so it wouldn't matter anyway. I was programmed so it doesn't matter. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I was going to say, what the fuck is 10? I think it might be a an F key, the 10. I'm going to have a look now. We've got a zero to add first. Let me check that out. What the hell is 10, 11, 12? 10 is F10, F is F11, and F is F12. So they only bothered to make 3 function keys starting at F10 for some unknown reason. Alright, we might as well put them in then. So we're missing F1 to F9. I'm going to need to put those in. So F10 is 10 before I forget. F11 is 11. And F12 is 12. I might want to rename those files then and add the Fs, because when I add my own, I can't call them 1, 2, 3 because they're already assigned. Yeah, whichever lazy bastard made this. I think some of these are ones that I made myself anyway. Oh wait, no, they've got F1. Okay, why did they do it like that then? Wait, they've got, or maybe I added these myself actually. They do have F1 key all the way down to F12 key. I think I made those myself though, if I remember correctly. Yeah, if you look closely, you can tell the font's like bigger and bolder. Because I made some of these myself, because this was even worse than what you're looking at now. So I don't know why there's an 11 and a 12. If they already have the Fs, I don't know why there's a 10 and 11 and a 12. I'm going to delete those. It's confusing. And there are F keys. Okay, so F keys. We've got F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6. A little bit tedious, but again, it's one and done, right? Those need naming as well, probably. Okay, so I named them. I named a lot of them. We're up to left shift, which is named. I don't know whether I have individual shift. We've got shift, alt key, shift. Let's have a look at these. Okay, so there's shift key light and shift alt key light. Which one's the shorter one? The shorter one is the left one, isn't it? So shift key light is left shift and shift alt key light is right shift. Or at least that's how we're going to do it. Because the shorter one on my keyboard that I'm looking at now is on the left side. I think it depends on your keyboard layout, to be completely honest. So alt shift is right shift. So shift key light and shift key alt light, right shift. Then there's one that just says shift, so I'll just go for alt key. I'll go for the shorter one. Because I think just shift is because you can assign a control to be either shift, and that's when you would use shift, I think. Left alt and right alt. Do we have those? We've got an alt. I'm just going to use the alt image then. Alt key light. I'll just use that for both. All three. Left alt, right alt, alt. Left control, right control. Do we have control? Do we have control or do we lose it? Do we lose control? Every day. I don't see a control. I don't think they've made a control. Like question mark, you literally can't get a question mark. I could display the question mark when I'm waiting for the mapping though, I guess. Yeah, I could do actually. I probably won't though. Okay, so we're missing all the controls. Left meta. I don't know. I think left meta is Windows. I think. I could be wrong about that. There is a Windows key here. But I don't even know if you could... Like, would you ever... You can't really assign the Windows key to a game control because... Well, I suppose you can put your PC in game mode. Whatever. We'll leave it in. You can put your desktop in like gaming mode. What game are you making? So I'm not making a game right now. I'm making core systems for future games. So what I find is, as I've been making games in Unity for over a decade now, I always end up making the same systems over and over and over again. I get better at it, but I'm still repeating myself. And all I really want to do is get to like the new, juicy, interesting stuff. So for a while now, I've wanted to make like a template that I start from that already has those core systems in it. And I'm going balls to the wall here. I'm doing like button remapping, which is what this is. Everything like fully functional debug logs and all kinds of stuff. UI systems, everything I've ever wanted in a game really. It's gonna have amazing systems, and then I can just jump into each game and be like, okay, let's make the thing that's unique about this specific game, whether it's an RPG or a visual novel or whatever it happens to be. So yeah, I'm going to take my time with this and make sure I get it right. I've been at it now for like 2 weeks, but we've got some good systems here. They're coming along. Context menu. Yeah, there is. I know which key that is. I haven't seen it on modern keyboards though, but you used to have one on the right hand side. They've also got one for command, but that's more like Mac. Yeah, they don't have a key for that. Okay, so that one's missing. There is one for backspace, I just saw it. Backspace and backspace alt. I use the one that says either is fine, I guess. I use the one that actually says backspace, I think. Which is the one that's just called backspace, isn't it? Yeah, the alt one is the one with the arrow on it. So we want this one. Context menu. I guess I'll just put menu for that one. Right meta function. I don't know if that is function, to be honest. Also, it's missing. Okay, we've got page up and page down. Do we have images for these? Yes, page down, page up. Okay, good, good. Okay, so page down. Page up. Delete will be the forwards delete. I would assume they've got that. Del, yeah, del. Numpad enter we've already assigned and it's got its image. Numpad divide, which we can just use the / for. But that's, I think the / was the one that was missing. Yeah, they've got a backslash, but for some reason they don't have a / so we're going to have to make one. Okay, so / is missing. Multiplies asterisk. They do have an asterisk. Good lord. Numpad plus. They've got a plus key light and a plus tail key, but that isn't even the right shape. So it's got to be plus key light. Numpad minus. Just use the -1 for that one. Minus mechmips minus tips tech. Numpad period. We realized there is no period. We're missing the period. We're in the period of no periods. Equals. I don't think there's an equals either, is there? The keys they've added is bizarre with the keys that are missing. It's so weird. We've got numpads 1 to 0 now, which we can just use the normal images for. But I do want to make sure I specify that these are numpads in the helper text. I'll just put the hash so I can replace the hash for each one. Let's just go and name those first. So we've got Why did you do that, you piece of poop? There we go. 2, 3. No. 4, 5, 6, 8. 9. 0. Okay, let's go put all those in. So we've got 0. Start back at 1. 1. 2. 3. Let's just move this here a little bit so it brings it over. There we go, that's a bit better. 4. 5. 6. 7. Got this tedious. 8. Thank God it's 1 and done. 9 and we already did 0. F keys are done, but they're not named. I'm just going to type them individually. So we've got F1 to F12. So there's F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7, F8, F9, F10, F11, and F12. Alright, brilliant. We've got the F keys in. We've only got a few keys left. Scroll. That's scroll lock. Not allowed because I don't have it on mine. Left button, right button. Oh no, wait, that's not scroll. Control Z. Okay, scroll. Now we're in mouse controls actually. So I put keyboard and mouse together because that's the scheme, right? Hello, Akio. How are you? So scroll is actually the scroll wheel button on a mouse. So let's see. Let's go into mouse controls. Oh, they are together. Did I merge these? Yeah, I think I did. Yes, we do have one. Mouse middle key. Also, our scroll might not be what I think it is then. So so pressing the scroll wheel acts as a middle mouse button in modern days. That's what it looks like. So that would actually register in Unity as a middle mouse press. Okay, so in that case we don't want scroll. But we would assign middle mouse as, what's it called? Mouse middle key. Yeah, I see it. Mouse middle key. Middle mouse, I'll just call it. So now I've got a left button, so we'll do left mouse. Right mouse. And then there's a forward button and a back button, which I don't have images for. So forward mouse. And then back mouse, this is the last one. Yay! Oh my god, that took so long. Okay, so left button is left click. Right button is right click. Middle button we already assigned. Forward and back I don't have images for. So they're missing. So we need to add images for those. I just come back from the hospital. I hope everything's good. Alright, so now let's just press play. So we should have input icons now for every single input that Unity can possibly accept. Well, not every single one, but except the ones we're missing, which I need to create images for. But to be fair, they're just like the really obscure ones, the majority of them. So now what we can do is we can teach our input system. First of all, we want to change this. So if you're using the mouse, it doesn't say press X to change anymore. It'll say click to change. So we could do that next, actually. Okay, so let's go into our UI, control UI script. UI control. There we go. Okay. Because my arm and hand just go and get an extra. Okay, good to hear it's nothing too serious, although it sounds painful. Sounds painful! Ugh. Well, hopefully you can chill now. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh, that's my first stretch of today, actually. Probably should have done that first. Okay, so this one's a little bit tricky because what we need to do is when this window is open, we don't know how many controls there's going to be, right? It depends how many controls the game has. But for each and every one, we want to change the text here. So in order to do that, what I need to register when the scheme changes. And then when the scheme changes, we run a function which changes each and every one of those. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a private bool called scheme changed equals false. Actually, I might default it to true. The reason why is if we set it to true on instantiation, then our update will make sure that it all gets set to whatever the current scheme is. So what we do in update, do we have an update? We don't have an update. Okay, we need to make an update. So we want to void update. And then what we'll do at the top of update is we'll say, oh, and in order to detect whether the scheme, actually, yeah, no, this is a better way to do it. Don't do that. We only need one variable if we just do last scheme. Okay, last scheme. So what we do is at the top of this update function, we can say if system control scheme is not, I need to know what the last scheme was when this thing updated. Yeah, last scheme. So basically, has the scheme changed since the last time we checked update? If it has, the last thing we want to do is set the scheme to the scheme so it doesn't run on an infinite loop. So that would be last scheme equals system control scheme. This means it only runs once per scheme change, which is what we want. Doctor said my bone is broken. I can say it's not broken. It sounds like a fracture, maybe, is it? I've been so lucky. I've never broken or fractured anything, so I've been very, very lucky. But I've had a whole host of other issues. But yeah, that sounds really painful. I'd like the idea of fractures and breaks. Oof, sounds really painful. Well, hopefully it gets better sooner rather than later. Okay, so once our scheme's changed, what we need to do is we need to iterate through each and every one of those controls. There's two ways to do that. Did I make a list of them is the first question. I don't think I did. I think I did it all in mappable actions, input actions, object context tabs, object actions. Yeah, we do have a list of object actions. Okay, that makes things easier. So basically we want to do for each game object and we'll call it action object in, was it object actions or action objects? What did I call it? Object actions. There we go. So we iterate through each game object in object actions. Then if we look at our object actions, so let's just close this DB. We want to be back in our canvas. UI controls. I don't have any right now from the prefabs folder, so let's go grab one. Prefabs core control action. So add one into our controls list. There it is. And what we want to do is we want to find txt prompt. Okay. Also, it's going to be different depending on what the scheme is. Right, so basically, here's what we do. First of all, we declare the objects that we want access to. So the first thing we want access to is a text component, which we'll call txt prompt, because that's what it's actually called. And that wants to equal action object dot transform dot find, you guessed it, txt prompt. And then we want to get the component of text on that object, because we're going to need access to it. And also, if it's gamepad, we will show the X button. I suppose that could also be an Xbox X button. Now this is where I need to be careful, because at the moment it's an image, but it might change, right? Because the whole point of this system is so that we can change UI prompts in real time as schemes change and as players are remapping inputs. So we might use our new control system once we add that in place of that icon in the future. But for now, we'll just grab it as an image. Although we probably would inject it into an image. That would probably be a better way of doing it, actually. Yeah, sorry, we don't want the texture 2D, we want the raw image component. So raw image, and then we just call it whatever it is. It's called image prompt equals action object transform find. And this one is a child of text prompt. So we want text prompt in there. And then we want to get the child image prompt. And then we want to get the component of raw image on that one. Okay, then we can say if scheme system control scheme is keyboard and mouse, then do something. If control scheme is, I just remembered the dream I had last night. That was spooky. With all the spiders. Oh, I had horrible spider dreams last night. I had all kinds of weird dreams last night. I had a ton of them. There's loads of weird dreams last night. But yeah, I forgot about the spider part, but now I just remember the spider part as I looked down at the floor and I was like, oh, I remember those spiders chasing me. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Okay, keyboard and mouse. And then we've got Dual Shock gamepad for PlayStation and X input gamepad for Xbox. So here we can do different things based on whichever scheme we're in. So if it's keyboard and mouse, we want txt prompt dot text to say click to change. Okay. And then what we'll do, because there's room for an image with the gamepad, to make sure it lines up properly, if we actually just grab the current text off here and then paste it in, then it's going to be correct. So for both gamepads, the text wants to be press big massive space to change. Same for PlayStation. And then we just need to make sure we show the correct image. We need to make sure we can display the correct image for the correct control. So how do we do that? Well, I'm glad you didn't ask. Let's make a function on our control system that will get us an icon. So we've got one that gets us an icon when we pass an input control. Yeah, we could do that actually. We could use this one. Yeah, we just made it, I guess. Okay, so let's think. How would we do that? Yeah, that probably is an easy way of doing it, actually. We don't need a new function. We can use the existing one that we just made. Exciting. Where the hell am I? Why have I got control open twice? I have no idea. It's this one we want. Right. Okay, so in that case, okay, this is going to be fun. So in this case, we can say we don't want the image for keyboard and mouse, so we can say image prompt enabled equals false. We want to re-enable it if the gamepad is activated, so that wants to be true and that wants to be true. And then we can call our function now to set the correct image. So actually we could make this an else because it's going to say the same thing. Ooh. So we can say if it's keyboard and mouse, it's the only time we do anything different. Else, and if we can get this function to work, we don't need to specify each individual control scheme. We can just put this in an else. So let's just see how this would work. I would basically want to set the texture on that image. So I'm going to say image prompts texture equals system control get icon. Bollocks. That was... You know how I had two controls open? I left the one open and it wasn't actually loaded properly. There we go. Yeah, it is get icon. That's not my normal naming convention, so let me just change that. That's why I got confused. That's why I got confused. There we go. Get icon. And then what we want to do is we want to pass the input action. Actually, no, I do need a new function. Okay. Yeah, the reason why is because this one takes an input control. But we can do a clever thing here. Okay. I'm going to need ChatGPT's help with this though. So let me just pause the question. The only thing I'm not sure about is how do I look up current keyboard mappings, current input mappings. Okay. I have written a function which will retrieve the inputs icon when sent the control input control. I now need a similar function which will take an input action and return the corresponding icon. Can you help me write that, please? All right, let's go to ChatGPT. That is the right, yeah, I already, boop. To create a function that returns the corresponding icon for an input action rather than an input control, you'll need to map the action's associated controls to the icons. Typically, an input action will have one or more input bindings. Not per scheme, it doesn't. Let's see what it's doing. Okay, it is gonna try and do it. It's talking shit. Well, yeah, it's like, it's kind of right. You can technically have more than one control assigned to a single action. But I can't imagine a situation where I'm ever going to allow that in my games. I can limit it so that we can only have one. Like, jump should be jump, you know what I mean? Yeah, technically you can make it so that, you know, two buttons will do the same thing. I'm trying to think of an example. There are games that do that. You know, where you can like dash with R1 and also you can dash with square. And Unity allows that. But I'm not going to allow that because if I do, I won't be able to do this. Well, it'll return the first. To be fair, no, it would let you do it. It's just that it would return the first control because it doesn't know which one. Otherwise, it doesn't know which one to return, right? So if I do get icon A for get icon action and get icon C for get icon control, then we can send the action now, which is menu confirm. Okay. Yeah, you can do find action. Just to make sure we don't screw anything up going forward, let's also go in through the map, because I might end up having a second confirm in a different map. Okay, and let me just see. I think I called it UI nav, but I need to make sure I get this part right. Yeah, capital UI lowercase nav. So it looks like that. Yeah, that's it. That should do it. That should return whichever scheme we're in's icon, and then I just need to make this an else. That should do it. That's actually pretty cool because we can do this throughout the game now. I mean, this is a little bit convoluted, right? We should probably map. Yeah, well, we will map. So what we should actually do, right, is we should map this as an input because we're going to want to put it in update to actually make the change, right? So what we want to do is we want to declare a private input action as input confirm, and then on enable we can paste that in. Input confirm equals that. So we go and find the input action for confirm, because we're going to need to listen for that anyway when we actually do the bindings. And then back in our update logic for context changed. Was I putting that straight in update, by the way? Yeah, we can neaten that up now and just say input action, input confirm. There we go, that's much neater. Get icon for input confirm. If I wanted to, I could pad that out and show like the left mouse button click. I think I'll do that just so that we can see that it's working. So if I line that up with that, and we'll do the same thing. In that case, I don't even need to enable it because it's already going to be enabled, right? Oh, it's fine. It won't do any harm. I'll just take it out. Okay, so let's see if that's working. So what should happen now? Let's just delete that and run it. If I turn my gamepad on. Okay, for some reason it's... Oh yeah, I suppose that's right. Enter does work as a confirm if you use the keyboard. Oh, that's kind of awkward. But now that's gotten me thinking, do I want to allow you to go through these controls with the keyboard? Yeah, I don't see why not. This has made me realize something then. Keyboard and mouse are separate inputs, really. I mean, duh. But the scheme is the keyboard and mouse scheme. The reason that's a little bit awkward is at the moment to separate between... Just give me a minute. To separate between like PlayStation and Xbox inputs, we basically send the scheme to our little icon database, and then based off the scheme we can find the correct icon, right? By looking up the input action. It's fine, okay, but what I realize now is really, if we want the maximum amount of functionality, which I do, what we should really allow keyboard and mouse users to do is we should allow them to navigate these menus with the keyboard if they prefer, or they can just click them, which means we actually need a separate scheme, one for keyboard and one for mouse, so that we can separate those out, and we need to separate those icons back out. Okay, so how do we do that? So here's what we need to do. So at the moment we've got KBM for keyboard. Let's actually call that keyboard. And I'm going to duplicate that and call it mouse. And as you can well imagine, we're going to remove the mouse options from the keyboard list. And we're going to remove the keyboard options from the mouse list. So these are now two separate collections. And then if we go into our input action asset under schemes, I'm going to edit the keyboard and mouse scheme and call it key. I'm going to add a new scheme. MOU for mouse, because why not? And then mouse. mouse. Actually, I forgot to change remove mouse from keyboard. So what we're basically doing is we're telling the input system how to separate these functions out. So now what you'll see as we look in player inputs, if we check our control system, we have a scheme here. So watch what happens. What should happen now is it should change. We've got a null reference. Yeah, probably because it's looking for the KBM scheme. Yeah, it is. Okay. God damn it. Okay, but you can see here, as I'm moving the mouse in the game, we're getting M or U now. So we can see that the mouse is the current scheme. If I start tapping the cursor keys, we can see it change to keyboard. And if I plug in controllers, it'll detect which controller. We are getting some null references here, which makes sense because we just changed everything. Yeah, okay, I need to vastly change the input action asset here for this to all work. So at the moment, we have bindings for up, which is using control scheme keyboard. Yeah, we need to make sure these are all set as well properly now. So let's just... So up is keyboard, D-pad up is DSG and XIG, down is keyboard, down D-pad is gamepads, left is keyboard, D-pad left is gamepads, right is keyboard, D-pad right is gamepads. Confirm at the moment this is a bit of a mix, so enter is keyboard, button south is DSG, right, gamepads. And the reason it was showing a blank image there for the mouse is because we haven't added a mouse confirm, so we can add that now. So we add a binding, path, mouse, left button, and assign it to mouse. Cancel. We will assign the right mouse button to it. Yeah, that makes sense. So escape is keyboard, cancel. Button east is gamepads, and I want to add a binding of path, mouse, right button to mouse. Nav left is shift. It would just be a click. But we won't use... Yeah, we don't need to add these in the mouse. The reason why is because there's not enough room to display the mouse left click icon on those, so we won't use this icon retrieving system for it because we don't need to. So modifier shift and binding tab, these both belong to the keyboard control scheme, and left shoulder button belongs to gamepad, and then tab belongs to keyboard and right shoulder belongs to gamepads. Save that asset, and that should clear that error, and we should now see the left mouse button as we're using the mouse to tell us to click on it. No, we got a null reference exception again. Let's find out what that is. Line 115. It's saying it can't find input confirm. Yeah, no, I think... Okay, this is... Okay, we need to put some filtering logic in here then. I think it's because there isn't an input confirm action assigned to every single scenario. And the reason why is because it's a little bit weird, right? Because basically the mouse is sending inputs constantly because it's like an analog device, right? So it's constantly sending positional updates to the system. Whereas gamepads don't work like that. They only do that if you're pushing on a stick or pressing a trigger or pressing a button. Whereas the mouse is constantly sending messages to the computer because, you know, it needs to be able to respond whenever you move it. So I think basically because mouse movement is part of the mouse gamepad scheme, the mouse scheme, input scheme, what's happening is we're calling the function for the mouse scheme, but it's happening here in the else, which is weird. It might... No, because if it wasn't finding it, then... This is kind of weird. Either that or it's saying it's got no texture. Let's find out what the scheme is when this error lands. I have a feeling it might be keyboard, because none of my gamepads are switched on right now. So this error has to be generated from the keyboard, and the mouse hasn't had time to... So the mouse, to be fair, I'm kind of lying. Well, I'm not lying about that. The mouse does send signals to the computer all the time, but Unity ignores those signals unless those signals are significant. Otherwise, you wouldn't ever fall out of mouse control scheme. But when you press a keyboard, it will stay in keyboard until you move the mouse again. So it basically ignores any stillness from the mouse, basically, and then switches schemes when there's no mouse movement, which is what we want it to do. Yeah, I was correct. It is keyboard. Okay, so let's just debug this error. It's saying it cannot find the input confirm for the keyboard control scheme. But I'm looking at it right now. In fact, I'm going to add a second binding of return. Oh, numpad enter. They call it enter and numpad enter. And I'm going to assign that to save. And this is basically what ChatGPT was warning me about, right? Kind of, is hey, you can have more than one key assigned to an action, you know. Yeah, true, because like return and enter kind of feel like the same key, but they're not, right? But you would want them to act the same way. Okay, it's still saying it can't find it. This is very strange. Oh, hang on a minute. I wonder if... And we've got enter, and it's active. And it shouldn't matter if the object's deactivated anyway, because transform.find, when you do it that way, it will find it as long as the parent is active, it will find the child that way. It's if you try to directly reference a disabled object, it won't find it. But if you go in through through an active parent, it will find it, which we are doing. And besides, they're both active anyway, so that's not the issue. I don't know what the issue is, to be honest. This is kind of confusing me. We're sending the confirm action, and it's in the keyboard control scheme. And it's saying object reference not set to an instance of an object. Let me rename these functions as well to make them clearer, because we're going to be calling them a lot. I'm gonna forget what A and C is. So let's say this should be get control icon, and this should be get action icon. Because that's clearer what it does. So this is, we want to get action icon for that. Input, which is actually an input action. Yeah, that also gets confusing though, doesn't it? Because it sounds like you want the controls. Yeah, inputs and controls sound like the same thing, but they're really not. In Unity's input system, at least. Okay, let's see what happens. It's gonna null reference again. I know it is, because I haven't found the root of the problem. This is very odd. So we get to here in the code. It lets us know that the current scheme is the keyboard. I assume it's running this line fine as well. Image prompt texture equals system control get action icon, and we pass the input confirm to it. Oh, I know why. I do know why. It's because we still have the original cases set up, so it couldn't. What it really means, yeah, you would expect it to halt here, but it doesn't. Okay, we need to add a new case then, basically. Also, it's confused about how this is set up, you know. Because ChatGPT wrote this bit, basically. And it's actually wrong about this. So, okay, the way ours actually works is DSG is very different from XIG. And they implicitly separate the Xbox and the PlayStation control schemes. So we can break from that. We don't need this if statement. We don't need that else if statement. We simply need a new case definer, a new case definition, which is XIG for Xbox input gamepad. And then we can define this here where we set root to Xbox input gamepad. Fuck. Oh my god, just let me click there. Thank you. And then we don't need this else if. We can break from there. So this is keyboard, this is dual sense, this is Xbox input. And mouse isn't even called mouse. And also I'm going to keep it in the order that we set our control schemes up in, which I just need to check now. I think it's keyboard. Is there an order to control schemes like that? I don't even think it matters, but I just like to be consistent. And it makes things less confusing as well. Our control schemes are listed in the following order. Yeah, mouse is last actually. So let's keep it in the order it appears in. So we do want mouse last. So we want a new case of MOU for mouse, where we want to set the root to, yeah. And now also we need new definitions up here. So this one is key for keyboard. And we need a new transform for the icons. I'll tell you what, again, I like to be consistent. So I'm actually going to put the mouse underneath Xbox because that's the order the control schemes appear in. I prefer it not in that order, but it doesn't look like I can change it. But I'd rather the order of things is consistent across all of the various places that we use them and refer to them. It doesn't really matter. This is just my own personal preference. It wouldn't really make any difference, but it just helps me keep my mind, you know, following the same flow, the same pattern. It just my mind finds it easier to just like follow along with that. If something appears in an unexpected order, I get confused. Okay, so this is icons key now. Icons key. This. Wait, what is happening? Oh, there was another one up here. Oh, because we've got two functions, that's why. It's okay, we can copy this one and then put it up here. It's the same case structure, basically. So this one is icons key. That's DualSense gamepad, Xbox input, and this is going to be icons mouse. And it hits it. We didn't break, that's why. There we go. It's happy with that. The name icons KBM. Yeah, no, I haven't got that far yet. Chill, Unity, chill. This isn't Unity, this is Visual Studio. There we go. There's our cases. It's still saying unreachable code. Oh, because I put my break above. I put my break in the wrong place. I don't know why that's so funny. It just is. Okay, and then we need to make sure we update that in the inspector. So there's our keyboard and there's our mouse. Okay, that should fix the bug. Okay. Yay! Now, as you can see, we're going to have this kind of strange problem where the icons aren't quite lining up properly. Let me turn on my gamepad. We'll make sure this works. And when it detects that I'm using the gamepad, it should automatically change to PlayStation controls. And this shows that my amazing system is working. That is so nice! But, like I say, we do have an icon alignment issue now. Now, probably if I inspect the actual images, it's probably because whoever made this frickin' asset pack is a moron. I made some of these. So if we inspect, this is the one that wasn't lining up right. My suspicion is if I open this in Photoshop, it's probably not centered properly. And if we center it, that'll fix the issue. It is centered. It is, but it's also got a lot of like unused space. So I think basically what's happening is the gap between, let me just zoom in. Why is that not zooming? Oh, it's just being slow. The gap here, look, between here and here is shifting it to the right too much, basically, I think. Yeah, I think this is just a graphical issue. We can fix that. But that's my only little niggle is, yeah, it just shifts to the right a bit, doesn't it? So when we go to the, it's only a tiny amount, but we may as well get this right because this will be our, that is so nice. Oh, it's so good. Mwah. Oh, this system's going to be so good. Because you can see now how this is going to work, right? Is like when I telegraph to the player, you know, doing tutorials or whatever, showing on the screen what button does what, I can literally just assign an action to it, which is the whole point of Unity's input system, to be completely honest. But not only that, but the player will be able to change those keys as much as they want. The player can say, oh, I don't want triangle for that, I want square, and they can go in and change it, and then it'll show them square because it knows what's assigned and it's pulling it from our little database, and we've got all our images intact. So this may have been 2 grueling hours of assigning images and whatnot. We've still got a few to do, actually. Got some new ones to make. But this is fucking nice. This is really nice. This is really nice. And all my future games are going to have it because obviously I'll start from this point for all my future games. So it'll have all of this built in. I am so happy. Alright, so all we need to do is invert the selection, crop this mouse, and we'll just update that. PNG. No. Yeah, so what we should really, what we need to do is sanity check. These have all got the same bollocks. Yeah, you know this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck so bad. I basically now need to do this on every single image. But once it's done, it's done. Once it's done, it's done, and it's going to look freaking awesome. So we can separate these by type because we don't care about the meta files. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go in now individually on... I'm making my... I need to make new ones anyway. There's 184 there. So I need to go into 184 images and crop them all. It's only a few clicks, but, you know, times 184 times is rather bad. What you can do is you can actually set up macros in Photoshop that would probably do a good job with that. But again, right, this system's going to be with me probably for the rest of my life. Like, yeah, because I mean, I don't see me ever really stopping doing this. This is like my favorite thing to do, making Unity games and stuff. So I can't see, unless I end up switching engines at some point, I can't think that. And even then we've got the C# code and everything, so we could port it. You could even use this in Godot at some point. So like, yeah, there's no reason why I shouldn't put the time in, because it's like an investment. The way I say it's like an investment. So if this costs me, you know, this probably cost me like 3 hours or something, I think that's a fair price. 3 hours now, and then, you know, smooth sailing in the future. It'll be great. But yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to go and crop all those images, 184 of them, make the new ones that are missing. But yeah, the code is working. It's working so well. We need to add the actual remap functionality to it. But yeah, this is amazing. This is so cool. And there are so many games. There are so many modern games that I download and play and run, and like they don't even have DualSense support, especially anything that's made in Unreal. Never mind this auto switching, auto telegraphing the correct controls to you and all this stuff. Like, and this is where Unity shines, I think. Obviously we've had to put the work in. Like, Unity doesn't give you this right out of the box, but the input system's pretty good. It is actually really good. And I can't fault it. I think it's so good. It's so well managed. It's so well organized. I do love Unity's input system. It is so good. And, you know, finally I'm sort of taking full advantage of it, I guess. And it's awesome. Yeah, and like I say, there are so many like actual AAA games and, I don't know, modern games that I play these days that don't even have freaking basic DualSense support. And once again, especially anything that's made in Unreal. And I just think this kind of quality of life is just... I really do think it's priceless. I really do. And I learned that off Hoyo. I never really thought about quality of life before Hoyo came along. But one of the things I noticed just playing Genshin Impact is I just thought, my God, they've thought of everything. I'm like, they really have thought of everything. Like, Genshin Impact, you know how I moan a lot. I really do. Genshin Impact's probably one of the few... I mean, I still moan about the artifact system. But, like, as a game, I don't think I've complained about anything because I'm sat there and I'm thinking, whoa, this is so weird. Like, I've got nothing to complain about. There's normally something, you know what I mean? Like, oh, God, the controls aren't spotted and, oh, this and that. And, you know, they don't do a good job of telegraphing, or they don't this and they don't that. And they just seem to nail everything. But that's how Hoyo is. Especially if you look at all their like newer games, like Zenless and Star Rail and stuff, they all follow the same. It's like they have a very strict... Well, they probably... Again, it's probably like this, right? They probably have their own core systems. They've been doing these games for so long. They put so much thought and time and effort into it. That, yeah, like same as for me, right? Once this is finished... all my games will have the same quality of life stuff in it because I built them from the ground up that way. And they're probably doing something similar where they're like, okay, we're making a new game. All right, we've got our Hoyo... I think they call it Mihoyo SDK, actually. They've got their Mihoyo SDK, which has all of this stuff that I'm making now and in it, ready to go. And so they don't even have to think about it because they already solved those problems. But it's amazing how many game developers don't even give a shit. You know, and they're just like, okay, we're gonna knock something up in Unreal, stick a price tag on it, and you know, it supports what it supports and it does what it does. I don't think they really think about it very deeply at all. But these things take so much time and effort. Games, it's a miracle any game ever gets finished, to be honest. There's so much goes into making a video game that I don't know why you wouldn't just take the time and effort to make it as sort of to craft it as well and thoughtfully as you possibly can. And the thing is, right, now that once these core systems are built, I could make the worst game ever made, right? Like, in terms of its theme and whatever. It could be the Hannibal Lecter guy in the cell, throw your stuff at the girls walking past game, which would be horrendous, but at least technically it would be like, oh, wow, the game lets me remap my controls at least. And, oh, yeah, it seems to know what controls I'm using. And, oh, yeah, it's got, you know, whatever. Good telegraphing and dialogue systems, and I think that goes a long way. You'd be amazed how much that contributes. I think, because then you just have to nail all the other stuff, right? So this is going great. I'm so happy with this. We've got a ways to go yet. We've still got the input mapping to actually listen to. Store them in a little database, load them up at startup, stuff like that, like a save against the player profile. But that's pretty much it, other than like just like polishing. Now we need to crop all those icons, make ones for the missing inputs. So I don't think I want to stream any of that, because that's probably going to be a good 4 or 5 hours of me just, you know, grinding that. Let's get our anniversary gifts from Genshin. I do wish they would change the way that works, though. I hate the way Genshin minimizes itself if it's not front and center of attention. And their other games don't do that. I don't know why the fuck they set this game up to do that. I have no idea, but it's super annoying. There's one gripe I have with Genshin. That there's a box you can set in play settings that makes it do that. And I don't understand at all why anybody would tick that box, especially when you allow the game to run in the background. I do not understand why this game has that. Time. Oh my god! Have you seen it? Time to jump into the new update for. Shut up! I was there as literally as it finished. There you go. We've got another 400 Prima Gems. I've got a few now. We've got a few. It's weird being Lumine. It really is weird being Lumine. Should we look at our Lumine? I feel like I think on Genshin's anniversary, if ever there was a time to give Lumine a makeover, I think now would be the time. Pamper our Lumine. Alright, where's she at? I mean, she's level 90 at least. She's got a level 70 Sword of the Nazi Cruisen. Nazis. She's got the Sword of Nazis. It does look good on her though. Yeah, that was from some event or something. Hero's Blade when the equipping character does not have when normal attack charge, attacks or plunging attack strike, a new or AC energy will blast. Be unleashed, dealing 280% of attackers damage. She hasn't got any artifacts on her. Oh, of course, it's Sunday. Yeah, so we could farm those for her. Should we level this sword up today? I think we should. Give us some artifacts. Of course, she's probably never going to be in, what do you call it, Imaginarium Theatre. None of these are great. This'll do. Well, it's got crit rate and crit damage. What's this set? And why she got it? I don't know. We could just give her a glad, to be honest. Well, it's got a massive 19.4. Oh, and it's fully leveled. It's a golden troop. Elemental skill damage. I don't know why she's got that, to be honest. But we should probably try and match it with another golden troop, right? I don't even think I have one. No, I don't. I think she'd be better off with a Fuck the Pawpaw set. That one's quite nice. Got some crit damage. Let's give her a Fuck the Pawpaw because I've got some spares of those. Give her some crit rate. There we go. %48.5% crit rate. Barely any crit damage. That helps. She's gonna get like godlike like stats, isn't she? Just because I don't give a shit. Okay, 2 for 2. Okay, what the hell? She literally hit crit damage twice. Lumine, because it's your birthday. Oh my god, 3 crit damage rolls in a row. It's hit crit damage every single time. This is like a godlike roll. What the hell? There's no way it's going to hit crit damage. This will be the first time in my life, I think. If this actually hits crit damage right now. This is the first time in my life of playing Genshin Impact that I've seen 4 best rolls on an artifact. Oh my god! Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? There's still one more roll. We hit 4 crit damage rolls. This is insane. Lumine, what are you doing? If this hits crit... There's no way this hits crit damage a 5th time, right? There's no way. That's what I thought. You know, you have to draw the line somewhere. We could give that to somebody else, to be honest. I think it's too good for Lumine. Should we give it to our Navia? It looks like we wanted crit rate on Navia, though. No, did we give her a crit rate weapon? I think that's going to be awesome on Navi, you know. I'm sorry, Lumine, but you're not allowed that because we don't. I think I need to give that to my Navia. It's too good. Okay, let's see how that balances Navia. How's Navia looking? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh baby. Hell yeah. You should be grateful, Lumine. You got some more crit rate. So now Lumine's at like 80% crit rate with no crit damage. Oh my god, Lumine. I need to give all my artifacts to you. You have the godlike look. This is crazy. Can we do it again on this one? No, defense. We're back to normal look. Normal look. I can't believe that 4 crit damage rolls in a row. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't think I've ever seen that before. In all my years of playing Genshin Impact, I've never seen such godlike rolls. Even that one's not bad. 20.2. Got 2 rolls. There you go. You got some crit damage now. Well, that's looking a bit better. Alright. Let's see if we can get some luck on this one. HP. EM. HP. This is more like what I... This is more... Yeah, this is more like the rolls I'm used to. Yeah, HP all the way. That'd be great for Kokomi if she gave a shit. Is that it? She's got all the... Yeah, she's got all level 20 artifacts now. I mean, it's not the best crit in the world. Is this... Yeah, this weapon is attack scaling. Of course she's C6. Geo. I still prefer Geo Lubine for whatever reason. I think she just suits Geo. Maybe because she's blonde. There's just something about her that I think suits Geo. But she feels like an imposter with every other element to me. Alright, where have we got to go? I want to go to my teapot. I'm overflowing right now. Capped. My teapot is overflowing with juices. Mmm. Mmm. Genshin juice. This realm will kick you in the dick if you ever speak to me again. Wait, is Tubby a boy or a girl? Whatever you are, I'll kick you where it hurts. I'm so mean. Yeah, but Tubby's basically my real estate salesman, right? The realtor or whatever. Estate agent. And I didn't give him permission to live in my fucking front yard for the rest of eternity. But he won't fucking leave. So, like, I think I have every right to be pissed off, to be honest. Imagine if you bought a house and every morning your estate agents just sat there in a bush outside in your garden. Oh, this place is coming along lovely, isn't it? If you have any questions... Yeah, I've got a question. Why don't you fuck off and leave? It's my house. I never said you could stay here. Honestly. Scandalous. Alright. So I guess we'll make some condensed. Oh, I'm already capped. There we go. We could do 3. Let's level this Nazi weapon up. For no reason other than boredom. Wait, I might even have these, you know. Could we have the lower level ones? Movement of an ancient cord. Let's have a look. Do I have any? Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I doodly do. I got 20 of the fuckers. Ha! We don't even need a farm for her. I had it the whole time. Look at this. I'm drowning in these. I don't need to spend a single piece of resin. Is level 80 the max? No, I can go to 90. Well, I probably got them. Oh, these things, though. Right, start with these. Start with these. Gold, whatever that was. What was it? Looked like seashells. I think it's pipe organs. Was it ancient cord? I don't do the wrong one. I think it was ancient cord, wasn't it? Ah! Let me check. And also... Yes, it was ancient cord. Also, we only need 4, so let's not make all 8 or whatever we had. Yeah, I had loads of these the whole time. I only need 4. If I actually went through my inventory, like, it would be crazy how far I could probably build a lot of these characters. Just because I don't give a shit, really. Xenochromatic crystals. She needs 3. Can you make 1? Oh no. Scrap that. I've got tons. Shut up. I never asked for that. I hope you appreciate this, Lumine. Alright, now you better do some damage. You've got charged attack plus 15%, attack plus 18%. You got 62.2% crit raise. A Nazi sword. You're C6. You've got no excuse. Should we get some of these for her? What are these? Philosophies of resistance. Who could resist? I'm not crowning her. Can you crown Lumine? Does it even let you? I'm not crowning her. Gotta draw the line somewhere. I know it's your birthday, Lumine, but gotta draw the line, you know. I will take you as far as I can without crowning you, though. How about that? Oh, she's weird. I remember this. She's weird. She uses like a mishmash of talent books. She's such a weirdo. Philosophies of gold. And what's these? And philosophies of prosperity. Gold and prosperity. Well, there's your prosperities. And there's your gold. I'm not crowning her. One shot, you awkward bitch. One more prosperity. I probably got it as well. Prosperity. I actually don't. Alright, we'll go get you a prosperity then. Will you prosper then if I do that? That one's gold. Oh, Lumine, Lumine, Lumine. I keep thinking that these are low. It always confuses me when they go blue. Right, let's do this, Lumine. Oh my god, look at this team. Look at this team. This is such a 1.0 team. This is so great. Alright, let's do it with a 1.0 team. Oh, this is going to be so weird. Oh, I'm like a noob? Well, probably not. My Kaching's at like C4 or something now. So, I'm definitely not a noob. Wait, we don't want diligence, do we? We want prosperity, I think. Good job I checked. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure we want prosperity. Which one am I doing? Well, we're actually trying to do 2, aren't we? Okay, well, she wants both prosperity and diligence. We should probably do prosperity first because that's level 10. Is prosperity here at this domain? Yes. Okay, let's go. Oh my god, should I match and play as Lumine? That would be so funny. Go in multiplayer as Lumine. I kind of want to do it. Look at this 1.0 team though. This is so funny. This is so funny. It's because I was doing a photo event thing where you have to take photos of the characters and blah blah blah. And Lumine was in the example photos, so I thought, can you go this way? So I thought, go on then, let's put Lumine in the pictures. Yeah, I bet this is this where you used to come in? Can you actually fall down here? I actually can. Yeah, and then didn't they change it recently where like they've moved you basically closer to the thing? Oh my god, Barbara. You're so ready for the bin. Alright. Oh, I forgot how trash you are. Watch it! Yeah, my Kaching's a bit busted.
Nowhere to hide.
Condense? What else are we going to spend resin on? What else are we going to spend the resin on, really? Alright, so let's go back to the teapot. We might as well get the other one while we're here, actually. Is the other one at this domain? Diligence. Diligence, diligence, you're not diligence. No! Good time, I wasn't done looking. Yes, let's go. Let's go!
I'll protect us. Rumble apart. Cut to the chase.
Oh, these are good for Clee to stand on. What's pushing me off though?
Ready, steady, go! Let the show begin. Starfall!
She's still trash. You ain't no 5-star, Lumine. Who the hell said you were a 5-star? Some 5-star you are. Barely kept you alive. All right, so if we go, take a look at things.
This realm is
Shut up.
if you ever
I
have
swear to God. Okay, so what did she want? Diligence and what? I've got already prosperity, wasn't it? Yes. Diligence and prosperity. Well, there's our diligence. Diligence. Prosperity. Alright, where's she at now? Wait, I didn't just crown that, did I? Please tell me I didn't just crown that. Did I? There's no way I crowned it, right? No, I don't think it... No, it does let you crown it, because it would... Oh, no, I think I just crowned... I didn't crown it, did I? No! It's fine, we'll get more crowns. I think I accidentally crowned that. We'll find out when we get to the next one of these, right? So diligence, we still need some more diligence. I swear I didn't see a crown though. I think I did, you know. I think I accidentally crowned her. I accidentally crowned Lumine. There's a thumbnail. Nobody gives a fuck about. Which one do we need? Ah, I've got to make sure I get this right. I'm getting confused. Is it the prosperity or the diligence that we want? It's diligence. Okay. She's such a pain in the ass. Everybody else uses one type of book, but she has to be freaking awkward. Diligence. This is diligence. Let's go. Go.
let's dance. Right? With swords and shadows. Incoming. Cut to the chase. Ha! Starball.
Did I actually upset Pika by uninstalling Wuthering Waves? Alright, let's have a look. So, back to the teapots. Do not crown her again. I can't believe I crowned her. And she's still trash. Okay. What am I doing? Actually, I could do that. And it's diligence, diligence, diligence. We need more than 2 more, didn't we? How many do we need? Oh my god, we need shitloads of them. Are you kidding me? Fine. Why am I doing it? I don't know. Something to do in it. Something to do. I mean, it's. I guess it is kind of weird how I've had Lumine for 4 years and. Well, it's not really weird because she's trash. And it's just not. It's not that exciting to play the main character, is it? In a gacha game, it's like weird. It's like the opposite reason you would play a gacha game. Diligence? Diligence. Alright, let's do it. So, yeah, I mean, 4 years is a long time to wait for, you know, somebody to pay attention to you. All of that ult was wasted.
Come on, we can do it. Architect, oh no! Blazing delight! Incoming. Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Hey!
I could actually be farming for Milani or Kachina. That's the worst part. Right, that's not going to be enough, is it? Should I just do... I don't know how many times I have to do this.
Let the show begin. Woo! Jumpy, jumpy, go! I feel kind of woozy. Blow them all up.
Barbara, your heals are so trash.
With sword comes shadow. Incoming. Don't blink.
Where is he, little shit? Oh my god, Lumine, you're so trash. You're even more trash than Barbara, and that's saying something.
Incoming. Hey. Cut to the chase.
Oh, why am I doing this? We're in it now. We're committed now. Do you know what I mean?
Let's dance. Blazing delight. Da da da. La la la. Woo! Yeah. With sword comes shadow.
So I'm leveling her up, and I don't even like playing as her.
Tumble apart.
Like, I have to force myself to switch to her. Oh, look, she's dead already. Why is she so trash?
We can do it. Drop.
Like, she's also squishy, though. Not only is she shit damage, she's also squishy. She's just trash. She's so trash. I may as well use the condensed resin now. I mean, That's maybe I've got enough now. I don't know. Whatever. Just I don't want to come back here again. I just want to be done with this. What started out as a meme is becoming a chore.
Cut to the chase. Dumpy dumpy go. Yeah. Pew!
Ka-ching! Stop it! Get in there!
Speed of light.
You're embarrassing me.
Nowhere to hide. Let the show begin. Ready, steady, go.
Right, Lumine, all you need to do is finish him off. Oh, you had one job, Lumine! You had one job! Oh my god, you're so... Ah, she's so useless. Who mains the main... Oh my god, I can't imagine how tragic your life's got to be if you're maining them. Lumine or Aether and Genshin Impact. I don't know. Why would you do that to yourself? Oh, we finally got a gold. Okay, right. World level 6 billion and we got 1 gold out of all those. Right. So I find out I found the wrong book. Diligence! I better not have found Prosperity or I swear to God. No, I'm pretty sure I did Diligence. 6 blue. 2 brown back. Okay, 7 blue. Yeah, we overfarmed the shit out of those. I mean, just make 7 for now. Right, that's enough, right? Yes, thank God. Yeah, okay, I definitely crowned her. It was my last crown! Oh, it was my last crown. Lumine. Lumine. I got no choice. I'm going to have to throw you in the river. You did this to yourself. I want you to remember you did this to yourself. Alright? You did this to yourself. She deserved that. Right. Okay. Dailies. I can't be asked with the event. I'll do dailies, I guess. Switch to a fun team now. So there we go for Lumine's birthday. We took her out, bought her some new clothes, called her trash all day, because she is, and then threw her in the river and drowned her. I think she's, I think that was an eventful birthday for her, to be honest. I think she can't complain. We ignored the last 3, so I felt like I owed her something. Okay, let's do this team. This team's actually fun. And also Navia. But to be fair, thanks to Lumine, Navia now has a lot more crit damage. Which is good. Pick it up! Alright. Where's the commission? 33 meters away. Lumine, I put you away. Get out of my sight. You've had your birthday dinner now. Piss off. Get to your room. Go to your room now. I'm not reading all this. You read it. Oh my god, what are you waffling on about even? I don't think I've ever said so many words in my entire life. What are you waffling on about? I don't care. Let me skip this shit, man. Ah! What is this? War and peace? Just war? You don't get no fucking peace? Which tribe should we visit this time? People of Springs. I don't know what the hell we're doing because I don't read any of that. God, this game. Okay. Let's go to the people of the hot springs. Right, what do I do? Oh, more reading. Oh, good. Is this a game or a book? It literally commissioned to read your fucking eyes out. We'll track it then. Right. Why have I got a mouse pointer on my screen? Long live Chaos Sports and betting on Twitch. Really? It's not really what I hope will have a long and prosperous life, to be honest. I can think of pretty much anything else. Wishing a long and prosperous life would be probably more productive than that. But I mean, you know, each to their own, I guess. Enjoy your life-crippling debt when you lose everything. That's why I play gacha games, because there are only winners in gacha games. Except last night, I didn't win last night in Wuthering Shite. It took about 6 hours to verify files and update. Only to have nothing new for me. I mean, there's a new story or whatever, but come on, the story is... Good God. I think because I did so much farming, it's going to let me just sweep the rest of those, isn't it? I think that's what it's telling me. Yeah, because we can... I don't know, actually. Yeah, no, it does say 4-4. So I guess the two... Because we did 2 physically, and then we claimed 2 as sweeps. I think that's what that's telling me. It doesn't mean you've only done 2 or 4. Because if you look at the one on the left, it says 4-4, and then it says claim rewards. Yeah, so we basically just swept the remaining 2. I Can't be asked for the event today. I did reputation this week. Get the stupid mouse pointer off my screen, will ya? It's too late now.
Don't slip and fall.
Ad Astra Abyssa. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra Abyssa.
Lisa just spends her life down in the mines now. I didn't ask for that though, did I ask for this?
Don't slip and fall.
Well, don't park all over the fountain then. How about that? Crazy little Melzine. Right. We'll save the event for whenever. We did commissions.
You only get one body, so
What even is this? Long live chaos, sports betting, Twitch, online casino equals scam, fixed matched. Hello, hell doesn't exist. Don't be afraid of death and you will be stronger. Open your tap every evening and never turn it off. Add bleach to the food and throw it in the forest and see with the plastic the money will come to you. Hell is wrong with these weirdos? Oh, it's obviously a bot. It's just weird. Wish I could spell. It's only a 3-letter word. Yeah, I think I've seen like a similar message before. It's so weird. Oh, hang on. There's a Pika one. Hi, Cappy. I finished. Can I not make this bigger? Never read this one. Oh, zoom in. Oh, there we go. You can never read this.
you only get one body, so you gotta
Shut
take care
up.
of it. But
Hi, Cabby. I finished the new main story quest in Wooer, and I'm done in that game for today. So I hope you're having fun, and I'll rejoin your stream later tonight. You won't, because I'm ending it. Yeah. So I've got all those images to crop and stuff. That'll be about 6 hours, and it won't be fun to watch. I mean, no one's watching now, so no one's gonna watch that. So I will leave it there, and I'll be back on tomorrow probably. All right, bye.